take your white paper. We're keeping it vertical, top to bottom. Supply manager. This will be for us to write our name. So everybody is going to get one. You're going to write your name and your teacher's code under your name. Please make sure you return those to the correct basket. Second one, which is our black crowns. Everybody needing to make sure they flip their paper over. And we are going to be drawing a jet. So get your black crown. Now, to help guide us at drawing this, take the bottom, fold your paper, and crease. So this is just giving us the middle of our paper so we know where the cactus pot should be at versus the cactus. So the cactus pot we want to keep under the fold, and then we're going to be drawing the cactus up the rest. So we got, again, like the picture showed us, we got to make sure that we use the whole paper top to bottom to draw our cactus. At the bottom, the cactus pot is 2 shapes. The first shape is going to be a square. So I'm not at the fold, I'm down at the bottom. And I'm going to draw a square. This is the bottom of your cactus pot. Now notice I've got a pretty big room above the pot and the crease because I'm adding another part to the pot. The second shape is a rectangle. So the top line of this square, I'm making it a little bit longer. So now it's kind of one shape. There is our terracotta pot. Now, we have all this room above the pot to fill in with our cactus. Our cactus does have a flower at the top, so when we draw our big U, upside down U, we don't want to go completely to the top because we want to make sure we have space at the top for our flower. Because I'm going to hold my finger there. That's as far up as I want to go because I have some space up there for my flower. So starting on not the complete edge, but a little bit in, I'm going to draw a big upside down U. Again, I've left space. I've put my finger up there just to make sure I don't go all the way to the top. Okay. Now, inside the cactus, we're going to draw 3 lines. So this is the top of my cactus. I'm in the middle. I'm drawing a curved line, kind of like when we do a pumpkin, to the right. And then I'm going to do a curved line to the left. And then I'm going to do one down the middle. The left and the right do need to be curved because it gives us the effect that it's a round shape, which cactuses, some cactuses are round. At the top, we're going to draw the flower. So it's the same big U, one in the middle. Then I'm going to do 2 coming off this side, kind of like a butterfly wings, and 2 off this side. Last detail, the pokies. Okay. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I did 14 around the edge. I actually did too many on this side. I have to add a few in here. So you just have to look at your cactus and make sure that it's not completely covered in lines because you don't want it to cover up the whole cactus, but enough to give the effect that it is a cactus. Once you've done that, please make sure all the black crowns get in the correct basket.
Okay, we are going to be adding the paint to our cactus. So when your folder holder passes out the folder, remember, open it up, look for everybody's name. We've already drawn this. Put your artwork on your paint mat, put your folder back in the container. So once you get it to your paint mat, please make sure it is flipped over and you see your cactus. If for some reason you did not draw your cactus, please raise your hand. Once we get the cactuses passed out, then I'm going to call for the supply manager to get your tray. Now remember, there may be a lot of paint sitting in this container. The paint in this container we do not touch. That's for the other grades. Your 4 colors are sitting out on the tray. Blue, pink, green, and a red brown. It is a red brown. It looks red, it looks brown, it is a red brown. Please don't tell me I've put the wrong color. It is the right color. So once you get this to the table, supply manager, remember the first step is getting your tippies passed out, dump them in the cup, put the house, everybody's gonna grab the handle. We are using a green rounded tip. Now once we get our tippies passed out, I will then tell the person to pop open all your paints. Yes, we're gonna open all 4 of them. I am not going to walk you through each color. You are going to paint at your own pace, meaning when you finish with one color, you wipe it off and move to the next. Everybody will be beginning with blue. This is the first color we're gonna start with. Remember to hold your tippy correctly. Don't touch the danger zone. We are gonna paint all the way around our cactus. Do not worry about the prickles. We're gonna paint over those because we'll add those back in once this all dries. So again, the best technique is to start at the top, go right next to your cactus, and then you can quickly move around the edge because you have a paint mat. It's okay if it goes off the edge. So I'm going to quickly move to this step, and then once we're done with this step, we're going to wipe our brush off and move to the next color. Okay, please notice that I'm using my other hand to hold it in the area that is not painted. If you're putting your fingers in the blue paint to hold it, think about that. Put it on the paper that is not painted. We've got our blue painted. I'm going to wipe this off and we're going to move top to bottom. Pink, green, red, brown. Pink, green, red, brown. So once I get that, I'm going to move to the pink. Okay, notice I am smoothing out this paint. We don't need to saturate, which just means goop all the paint on top. Once my cactus or whatever is that color, we have one layer, I move on. Don't sit there and keep piling on more paint. Now we're moving to the last color, which is our red-brown. Okay, once we finish with red brown, again, wipe that off as best as possible. If you are completely done and the timer is still going, don't sit there and paint our paint mat. That's not what the mat is for. Go ahead, take your brush, take the house, put the bottom down, hair up, put it back on the tray, and then just sit and wait until everybody at your table is done or the timer goes off. Once that is happening and Ms. Lawson instructs the person who opened the paints, you will then close the paints, making sure you hear a pop. Once we get all the paints closed, remember you're going to walk this back to the back counter. Everybody else, you are waiting and listening for your table to be dismissed to the drying rack. Do not forget, you are picking up both pieces of the paper. Okay, we are going to be adding the detail to our cactus. So folder holder, when you pass them out, make sure everybody's got a cactus, check names, put the folder back in the container, get your cactus. Now, supply manager, I will call you to my table. I will have baskets with permanent markers. You'll have plenty for your table. Keep the basket at your table. Everybody, please remember our permanent marker is to be used on paper only. Paper only. So when you get it, take the top off, put it on the back so the top does not roll away. And we're going to start at the top of our cactus and work our way down. So obviously the first thing is our flower. Every black line that we drew with the black crown will be traced with our marker now. So follow your cactus down. Obviously the lines that we painted over, horns on our cactus. You just have to look through your paint to see where you drew yours. Now, what I am not going to do, I know there's a line there. I'm not going to trace it so it makes the pot look like one shape. Okay, that was simple and easy. So please make sure that the marker gets top. Please listen for the snap. If you can't push it with your fingers, push it down on the table to get it to close. Supply manager, collect them all in your basket. Bring the basket back to me. Everybody else, you're going to get your folder holder, is going to grab your folder again. Put your completed artwork in your folder. And then listen for the next step.